Armed forces use sexual violence as the spoils of war for their soldiers or to terrorize populations they want to subdue or force to flee their homes. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry said that this kind of violence has too long gone unpunished, and the United States wants to change that.
No one, and I mean no one, at the highest level of military or governance who has presided over or engaged in or knew of or conducted these kinds of attacks is ever going to receive a visa to travel into the United States of America from this day forward.
Kerry said every U.S. embassy and foreign mission will be alerted to this decision.
There has to be a price attached.
British Foreign Secretary William Hague said in recent years sexual violence in conflicts in Bosnia, Darfur, Liberia, Guatemala and many other places has been amply documented, and the subject can no longer be ignored.
It's a moral responsibility, but it's also about preventing conflict, about helping communities to work together after conflict. It is a fundamental part of conflict prevention, as well as a crucial moral cause of our times.
Hague said what has been missing in the international combat against this type of violence is the major governments throwing their weight behind it. He said Britain's participation will make a difference because the country has one of the world's biggest diplomatic networks. United Nations Special Representative Zainab Hawa Bangura stressed the importance of male participation in combating a crime that affects women the most. She said the United Nations has put in place resolutions against sexual violence.
And the challenge is why the Foreign Secretary is doing the June conference is actually how do we make sure at the national level the governments take ownership and responsibility and implement the decision that we have agreed at the United Nations.
Bangura said that having 140 countries sign a resolution against sexual violence has made a difference. She said obligation to prevent the crime is now part of every negotiation for a peace agreement. Kathy Russell, Ambassador-at-Large for Global Women's Issues, said mobile courts used in the Democratic Republic of Congo have proved to be faster and more effective than international courts in punishing those responsible for wartime sexual violence.
We have judges, or Congolese prosecutors, judges who go out and they travel around and they hear the cases in the communities. It takes 2 weeks for a case to be heard, and justice is meted out immediately.
Russell said it is very important for victims to see justice happen in front of them. Kerry and Hague stressed the best way to curb the crime is to punish the perpetrators. Britain will host a major international conference on sexual violence in conflict in London in June. Zlatica Hoke, VOA News, Washington.